I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Heroes Wanted. We rejoin the party tonight, right where they left off, with Visanthus having drained Soggy of every last drop of blood, dropping his lifeless corpse onto the floor, turning into a swarm of bats, and flying off into the void. He's gone. And now you guys are standing one floor below the roof where you know the ritual is taking place, trying to activate the Sunblade using Nova's radiant powers and Visanthus's dark cultists. And so, you know, we give you guys a moment to do whatever, say whatever, and what do you do?
I make my way up to the roof.
Noman just is like, yep, to the roof.
Noman is an experienced knight of theater of a combat theater lasting decades ongoing. Just there's no time to mourn. Nova needs to be saved. Soggy's dead.
And what about Lorathier and Craven?
Shocked. Go ahead,
went,
sorry.
I'm trying to remember where we were at. I know we went down from the roof, down the spiral stairs, chasing Soggy.
Well, you ran up the stairs chasing Soggy. You guys were not to the roof just yet. You had fought your way past the blood guard on the first floor. Soggy ran up the stairs, and there was two more blood guard, but Soggy snuck past them, and that's where he encountered Visanthus, and you guys, ended up fighting him just outside of the stairs that go up to the roof.
Well, we didn't really see which way Visanthus went. He just disappeared with Soggy.
Soggy's body is on the floor next to you. Visanthus turned into a swarm of bats, and all the bats flew off.
Okay.
Like they're just gone. They flew.
I go over to Soggy's body and gently arrange his limbs, close his eyes, and tell him that we will come back for him as soon as we have saved our other ally whose life is still in danger.
His His normally deep purple scales have turned a pale violet, and his eyes are sunken into his head. You close them gently, and you can smell the wafting of the sea air coming off of him still, but it is fading.
I say to the group, should I turn him into stone or cover him in stone?
Does anyone have a spell that might spare the dying? Oh, he's already dead, so that wouldn't help any. Um, I think if there's something we could do that would hide his body, that might help. Not sure who else is around who might come back here and disturb his rest.
Yep, I'm trying to find the spell right now.
Well, you guys are in a castle right now.
There may be, we don't know for sure that there aren't any other Bloodguard around, right? I mean, we've killed all the ones we've seen, but if there are any others, they might take his body and take it who knows where, do who knows what with it.
That's true. So, Noman, as you get up to the stairs, you turn around and you see that your party is not following, that they're dealing with Soggy's corpse. Do you stop and turn around, or do you continue up?
Oh, I didn't get nothing loaded for me, by the way. If you did something yet.
Oh, no map is loaded. I'm just trying to determine where the party is before I load up whatever map's going to be relevant.
Noman will, at this point, give a call back to the effect of, Soggy's dead and Nova's alive. Be behind me in less than 6 seconds or you're going to bury a third. And then he continues on.
All right. And so now what you see as you crest the stairs is indeed the same scene that you've seen the last time this scene was seen.
Nice alliteration.
And that was that was, of course, Nova chained down to the altar with the cultists standing around, and the blade, the hilt, floating above her.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
How?
Nova's chained down, and the hilt is floating above her.
Yeah, how'd the hilt get there?
Oh, right. Oh, never mind.
I've never ever had the hilt since I left. It's currently. I said I took my chest open and put it inside of there.
So Nova would actually still be being held in the basement then.
Okay, that threw me for a major loop.
Yeah. I completely spaced for a second there that you guys have the hilt. So yeah, there are no cultists to fight. There is only the rescuing of Nova from the basement left to do. So indeed, you guys can deal with Soggy's body and Nova all at the same time. Because
I'm gonna head downstairs and check on Nova instead.
Yeah, Noman, you go downstairs, and Nova is behind a locked door, but all of the Bloodguard had already responded to the break-in, so she's just unguarded down there.
All right, I guess I slip the handle of my sword through the lock loop and pry it off like a crowbar and pop the door.
And I have at this point caught up with Noman, so I'm right there.
Yes.
And as you guys look, you see Nova completely passed out. Like whatever ordeal she's been through, she's in a near coma-like state.
Well, I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna first verify her condition.
Condition
So,
is unconscious but stable.
well, I mean, I have a medicine check for this.
Oh,
I have an 18.
well then her condition is unconscious but stable.
Good. Just had to make sure. All right, I'm gonna pick her up like a like a goat, and I'm gonna be like,
How does one pick up a goat?
I think when doing it to a human, it's called a fireman's carry.
Ah, yes, yes.
And then I'm gonna, just state, I'm, uh, I'm gonna, I'm gonna keep watch of Nova and take her outside. uh, uh, do what you will with Soggy.
Oh, you've had Soggy as your companion for some time. You're just like, yeah, do whatever with that body.
Uh, I thought I made it like on a really clear level that I'll work with you guys. I'll even look after you guys. You are my friends.
Yeah, I'll grab Soggy if we're going outside. I'll grab Soggy.
I'll help carry.
Noman's involvement in this party and the saving of the world is a strictly professional one.
Noman's friends died hundreds of years ago, and you guys aren't them.
Probably the best way to look at it.
All right. So,
Are you saying an edgy loner D&D character?
right, right. At least the Warforged does have a little bit of like, they live so long that like I can see him like, not getting as attached to people now that he realizes their lifespans are so short.
Besides, it's not like I'm the rogue who's going to steal the loot before you get there. I'm totally willing to cooperate. You just aren't my friends.
You just aren't my friends.
That's just the only clause.
So, you guys bring Soggy's body outside, and it is daylight because, of course, you assaulted the castle during daylight hours because you're not dummies.
Yes.
And
odd bit of like qualifying question, but if the assault was essentially over, like, shouldn't we have leveled up?
why?
I thought you said we were going to level up after assaulting the thing.
Well, but you guys haven't like finished just yet. Like,
Okay.
I mean,
if we're not done, then we're not done.
Yeah, I mean, what if there's still more to the encounter, and now you are spoilers left and right tonight.
All right.
So you're like, wait a minute. If this
I'm sorry
encounter is
if
over,
something wrong.
what? No, don't. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm making a joke. So
Fucking the cat.
Anyway, hold on. Trying to get through the emotional role play segment of this. So, Soggy's body is now outside. It is daylight, and you guys can see the sun shining through the gray Carpathian sky. The keep, you see the forest stretched out below you, and a fog has risen up, rolling out of the woods so that it covers the ground. It rolls towards you, and like there's this eerie like stillness to everything as everything is blanketed in fog, and the gray sky above lets through little rays of light here and there. And you guys go about deciding, do you bury Soggy? Do you carry his body with you, hoping for a resurrection? Somehow. But just so that we're clear, here in this world, someone who's capable of performing a resurrection would be um, very, very rare, and
Nova can resurrect him.
I don't think she has resurrection.
She resurrected somebody like 2 months ago.
I'm pretty sure that was a judicious ad hoc of spare the dying, like ruling that the person hadn't actually died just yet.
No, I'm 90% certain Nova resurrected somebody. Like, full-on resurrection requires a diamond, the whole shebang. Because Nova's been talking about having a diamond ready to resurrect somebody.
I think she just wants to make sure she has it, because I'm looking at her sheet right now. Definitely no resurrection.
I see. Okay.
So, anyway, at the at the end of the day, you guys would have only heard of legends of high priests of the Church of Light that have supposedly been capable of doing that, but those priests would be in Bretonia or possibly New Eglia, which New Eglia isn't that far away from you, but it's still a couple weeks to travel there. So do you want to carry his body with you, hoping that you can find somebody capable of that? Or do you want to bury him, or what's the plan?
So, is there would we know of nearby someone with knowledge and experience to at least understand what that would entail, and
We have Nova.
who could point us in the right direction of a person?
Yeah, Nova might be able
Yeah.
to tell you, but remember, Nova's time displaced. So
Well, even if she's time displaced, I guarantee she knows more than us.
true.
I mean, I guess my question is, what's the church? And could we go there and get there?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, is that there's not really access to healing like that. If the world was like that, it wouldn't be a medieval society. I mean, that's greater medicine than we have access to today. To be able to just take somebody to the nearest church and be like, hey, you want to fix this little dead problem? Yeah.
Right, but I'm not saying that I expect the nearest church to be able to just solve death. Just that in my experience, my meaning Lorithir's experience, people who deal with life and death are clerics and religious folks, and they may know more about what's needed, what's necessary, what's possible in this situation than I do.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's fair enough, and I'm not, trying to persuade or dissuade you into any action or anything like that. So,
Finally. Sorry, I went looking because that bothered me. Nova totally did bring somebody back to life. Revivify is a spell, 3rd level spell. It has a time limit of 1 minute, so it wouldn't apply here. But I knew for a fact she brought someone back to life.
Oh, right, because it was Karen though. That's what I was saying. Was like, Karen had just died.
Well, yeah, but you were telling me she didn't bring someone back to life, and I knew you were wrong. So.
Oh well, I just meant like not like
Well,
oh.
it doesn't apply here, I know that, but that's not the argument that was articulated. You said no resurrection happened.
Fine. Yeah. Okay. I just meant that like I knew she didn't have like resurrection. That's all.
Yes, because she needs to be one level higher for that. Well, we're level 7, aren't we?
Yes.
So she needs to be 2 levels higher. Blech.
No, you guys
Okay.
are level 8, but yeah.
Wait, we are level 8. Okay, so she needs to be 1 level higher. Oh, hey, wouldn't that be convenient if we leveled up?
I mean, it might be, but
Because at level 9, she could take Ray's dead and then bring Soggy back to life.
But
it also can be convenient if that fire had rolled poorly.
Yeah, I mean that too. I'm just
find ourselves in.
I'm just pointing out that Nova is probably gonna be level 9 at the end of the session, and she could just bring Sog back to life.
well, we'll see if Nova even shows up. Maybe Nova ends up going into a permanent coma here.
That was tuck, but
so anyway,
yeah.
So the nearest church in New Anglia is weeks away. Like 2 weeks to get to a place that would be relative. Well, okay, wait. Like 10 days to get to the nearest one. I'm just trying to map it out in my head about how far you are. Like, 10 days.
Okay, so does anyone have like what's it called in this edition? Like it was called Gentle Repose in like Pathfinder.
That's a spell.
It's just called Gentle Repose.
Yeah, that stops decay and
yeah, like to keep the body fresh so it's still revivable by the time we get anywhere.
Yeah,
because this stiff ain't exactly gonna be looking magazine ready come 6 months or whatever it is gonna take to travel to a resurrectionist.
That's another question. I mean, I mentioned that my first impulse, or that Lorthir's first impulse, would be to find someone knowledgeable about life and death and ask them if we can bring back our ally. But that's not to say that that's the only path forward that Lorthir would accept. If I have very little context for the situation we're in. If we are in a very time sensitive, we have to act immediately or things are going to go to shit situation, then maybe that isn't our top priority right now. And I would also wonder if either of the other party members knew what Soggy's people's traditions were around death, if resurrection was even something that Soggy would accept, or if it would be against his will.
I don't exactly know how to answer the second question, but the first one is that to my understanding, the Vampire Lord's plans won't move forward quickly at all so long as we can retain control of the Celestial Hilt or whatever it is. It's not exactly a Sunblade right now.
All right.
Otherwise, I'd be springing quite the leak right about now. So I guess there's some time for flapping around.
Well, you don't know what the Visanthus bats are doing right now.
Well, the Visanthus bats demonstratively don't have the hilt, and they don't have Nova.
No, what I'm saying is they could be going to like a nearby place to get reinforcements to send like 25 knights here to slaughter you guys.
Oh, I meant in a long-term strategic sense. We're not staying right here, right now. That would be stupid as hell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is you guys are right outside. What do you do?
Well, like, let's start walking, of course. I didn't think we'd, like, made camp outside the tower.
Well, I didn't think you were setting up tents either, but I just wanted to know like
Sitting
what the
around, like, Hank killing his buds, drinking a little mead while we discuss our immediate future.
yeah, you
No. We're walking, of course. We're getting away from here, because this place sucks ass.
all right.
We're still talking over our long-term strategic options.
So as you know, this place is surrounded by a pretty dark forest, and as you
Didn't
what?
I was just gonna say, didn't we like kill all the natural predators in the dark forest because it was crammed wall to wall with giant spiders?
Yeah, you killed every single one of them. No, you guys were attacked by giant spiders on the way in. Yes.
Yeah.
And so now you're heading back into the dark forest.
Yes.
I will then attempt to move stealthily, and I'll take point.
All right. So as the fog covers the ground, it gets way thicker the closer you get to the forest. And inside the forest, through the trees, the dim Carpathian light barely shines through at all, and the fog gives it an eerie green glow.
That's weird.
Should I roll a stealth check?
Uh, so you can roll your stealth check, and that'll be against like the passive perception of anything that would be, around. So, you know that you're proceeding stealthily forward. You can hear the heavy tramping of Noman's metal feet behind you, but you're moving forward, stealthily and quietly. And as you walk through the woods, you can hear um, the sound of crickets and birds calling out, but like you can even hear like night birds like owls calling out to each other through the barely lit forest. It's almost like nighttime here, and you know that by the time it gets to be nighttime, it'll be so dark that you guys won't be able to see at all.
Is this fog usual, or is it something different from?
No, here in Carpathia, there's a lot of fog. It's kind of like London, but with more vampires.
Gotcha. Well, have we decided where we're going?
Yeah, I mean that might help you guys like, get somewhere as having a destination.
Hmm. Well, where's about our places we could be going to?
Well, that's, of course, um, up to you guys. I mean, you just went and rescued Nova after you guys were headed to the water temple, which, you're still not exactly sure how you're gonna go about getting there, but you were more or less headed towards the coast. So you could pick up headed back towards the coast, or you could, head to New Eglia thinking that there was maybe somebody who could help you out with resurrection and all of that. It's
Can I see the big map? Can I see the big map?
yeah, you sure can.
Out of character, you guys want me to revive Nova right now, or
Nova isn't dead.
well, not revive, but I meant like give him. I can heal him. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, they're not hurt.
The
Nova's
ordeal
unconscious.
the ordeal they've been through has them in a coma right now.
So does that mean that regular healing wouldn't be enough to bring them out of the coma?
Cure or something like that, no, would not be enough.
Would we know that, like in character, we know that something like resurrection is rare and unlikely to be found?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Then
the GMs went over.
then I guess the question is, do we know what Sagi's people's funerary rites involved?
We still don't know that.
That you actually could roll a knowledge either history or nature check to see what you know about Koboldian burial rites. Is that right? Koboldian?
I think like collective term is like Kobaldi.
Hmm.
So it'd be Kobaldi burial rights. Or that's not collective term, that's adjective term.
All right, there we go. Finally got the map shared with you guys. So it should be loading. Okay, so Lorathier, you don't have a whole lot of kobolds up near Sheath Kalora, where you come from. The Kingdom of Bretonia actually doesn't have a whole lot of kobolds and all of that. So you don't know like all of their things, but you do remember that they tend to follow a lot of the dragon rituals, which would involve like entombing.
Oh yeah, there's no.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Soggy is dead.
Ah,
Craven, as you are attempting to revive Nova, she does start to come around a little bit. Nova, you are extremely like dazed and confused for so long it's not true. And the ordeal that you've gone through has your mind just racing. You can't remember everything that has happened. You can't remember everything that was done to you. You know that Vasanthus was desperate to unlock the blade, and he used everything in his disposal to try and siphon your power from you and activate the blade that way, and it has you drained to the point where you can't even walk. But through Craven's healing mushroom magic, he has managed to get you to the point where like you're conscious now and can like talk to everybody, and you look around and you see an elf that has joined the party, a dwarf that you do not know, Soggy's dead body, and the only person that you recognize, the metal warforged knight Noman.
I believe
Nova
it
does-
never stopped carrying Nova.
Nova doesn't remember me?
Oh
Yeah.
wait, you guys had met? I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you
So-
you do remember Craven.
My first fight was the
I'm a
Karen
little bit
fight.
disadvantaged here because I was scheduled to be at work again. However, I am not in that. I'm not in the position I was those weeks ago where I wouldn't be able to respond. So I just want to give a real quick check here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, I'm gonna need your guys' help here. So what are we? We're 9th level, correct?
About
Not
to
yet.
be.
Yeah, we're leveling up
Okay.
this session just about.
And how long has Soggy been dead?
Since like in characterly a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Just
Okay.
long enough that revive whatever it was wouldn't work.
Okay. On my next level, I can cast Raise Dead.
Yes, I'm aware. We had this discussion very, very brief just before you got here.
And how long? How fresh must the body be for that to work?
That's something I can't remember off the top of my head.
Let's see. Raise dead considerations. Has been dead no longer than 10 days.
Well, there we go. So long as I'm able to rest within the next 10 days, I should be able to resurrect Soggy. Hopefully not as the undead. I mean, I think he should be fine. Unless the DM steps in and says, no, he's a vampire, we can't come back.
I mean, yeah.
Does anybody have any like living quarters in
What's that?
So yeah, I'm gonna have to keep myself muted. Prompt me, okay?
Yes. All right.
Alright,
And so Nova slips back into her coma. You guys are south of Castra, kind of by those hills, just south of the mountains there.
Wait, really? I thought we were like between those two no-name towns, like right near the top of New Eglia. Why did we shift so far north?
You might be thinking you're further north than what I'm saying you are here.
Wait, further north than like where are we then?
Like here.
Here. Okay. So that's closer to what I thought. I thought we were like in the New Eglian border. We're a little east compared to what I thought we were. All right.
I'm surprised you remember where the tower was so well, but yeah.
Why are you surprised?
Just you were paying attention. Good on you.
I'm gonna be really honest. If it wasn't for the fact that it's incredibly impractical, I really want to travel a couple days south, get on a boat, sail around Carpathia, back to Caldonia. Like, sail around Carpathia to Eglia, then travel to Caldonia. Because I really, really hate this country. What?
Nothing. Anyway, what does the party think? I mean, you might have to explain to them some of the reasons why they're probably not as versed in the world lore, and I don't want to derail the session with like a history lesson here, so.
Okay, the basic jip is that, first off, there are a lot of weird and wicked monsters that I hate that, like, live in this country. They're, like, fucking weird shit. And all the people are backwards and anti-religious and just mean. Nighttime sucks, and I'm also pretty sure most of the Lord Vampire's power base exists in this country. And historically, I've had beef with this place before. So, for all those reasons, I fucking hate it here. My least favorite kind of adventure in the world is one that takes place in Carpathia. And I understand that if we were to go back to my home country of Caldonia on land, that would require going through Carpathia, which I'm debating. I am certain everyone else here will have different opinions. I'm just stating my supreme displeasure of the idea of traveling in this country any longer. If I had my desire, we'd travel a little bit down to New Eglia, go to a port town, hop on a boat, sail around, through the Black Rock Gulf, up into the Siren Sea, sail up a river in Eglia, then travel back to Caldonia on land, because it's probably a nicer place than this place. But that's impractical, and you all are mortals with lives to live, so I'm not sure how much you want to spend just on a boat.
All I remember is originally we were heading south to that port to sail somewhere, and I forgot where.
To try and find the water temple somewhere in the burning ocean. Find a ship and a crew that would sail with you there.
Right, I forgot again that's in the burning ocean. I still think that water temple's in the deepest sea for some reason. I could have swear, like, every time it was mentioned, it was north.
Can we go to Sunland? Nova says in her delirium.
Sunland? Isn't that like Mega East or something? Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of
like
actual
Disneyland.
Japan. Well, it wasn't Sunrise Land, something they called it at some point.
The
Or is that
land
still
of the
in-
rising sun.
Oh, right, yes. So, never mind that. I'm pretty sure that doesn't exist in this setting.
Or should we hang around and try to kill this damn thing?
What thing?
The vampire.
The annoying thing that keeps following us everywhere.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm not clear on who you're referring to.
Vasanthus.
Vasanthus. Aha! No. Look, we don't have enough information about Vasanthus, and that requires staying in Carpathia. As far as I'm concerned, that ain't never gonna cut it. We'll bumble around in his territory for some weeks. He'll catch us in some sort of trap and kill us. As far as I'm concerned, it's a dead end. We need rallied support from somewhere else, or to acquire some sort of magical edge or artifact of power. Despite the fact that it seems like the perfect tool, I'm pretty sure it's non-operable to use the Sunblade against him because it being empowered directly feeds into his plans. So I don't think activating it is really an option. And furthermore, the only people who have complex knowledge about our enemy are Nova and Sagi, both of whom can't be really relied upon to talk about it right now.
Also, what do you mean you don't want to do the thing that he's been trying desperately to do for like a week now?
I think it's well reasoned to think that if the BBEG wants to activate the Sunblade, activating the Sunblade is probably a dumb idea.
Oh.
That, like, yeah, no, that would be silly. As much as I want a sun lightsaber, you know,
Oh, it's a
Temple of
great
the...
weapon. It's a great
Oh
weapon.
yeah. It's like just fantasy sun lightsaber. It makes me feel like I'm a disciple of the sun god from Balloon's tower defense. That's probably a dumb idea. As for what to actually do right now, well, awkwardly, the funny part is that narratively speaking and mechanically speaking, there's kind of a disconnect. Because, mechanically speaking, we should go somewhere we can buy a diamond or whatever for the resurrection. But if we actually commit to any travel time, that will happen in the 5
I have
span of
diamonds.
You do? Okay, never mind.
Yep.
Well, the thing is now is that we're leveling up at the end of this session. If we declare travel, Sagi is going to be too old and stiff to get revived by the time the session's over.
So
That's not
replace
that's not necessarily true.
Well, it's not necessarily true, but given how everywhere we want to go right now is really far away, it means declaring a long travel means either surrendering to the fact that we're going to get wrapped up in a sticky combat like tomorrow, or surrendering ourselves to the fact that Sagi's going to be an old stiff by the time we get anywhere, and the session still won't be over. Because one of those two things has to happen.
You know, how many times do I gotta say it's no fun when you give away the plot? Like, yeah, I gotta run a combat. As soon as you guys decide where you're going, then the rest of the session is gonna be combat. Yeah, like,
I know exactly how it works.
Is it due to the unfreezing process?
It's because I understand the complexities of this game's metagame.
yeah, but like it's no fun when you give away that like there was a plan the whole time. It's more fun when it's like, oh, who knows if this would have happened or not. Like,
No, I understand exactly how. There's two options.
yeah,
Either we submit to Sagi just being dead, or you throw something at us so that there's no longer a ludonarrative disconnect.
exactly.
Because, like, nothing's gonna happen between now and Michaelmas that will be the light switch that lets Nova revive Sagi. Nova can revive Sagi, technically speaking. It's just that the character sheet won't update until the session's over.
So the rest of the session is going to be combat as soon as I know where you're going.
Yeah, okay, so we guess we need to make a decision. What arbitrary direction are we going in? Because, as far as I'm aware, we're going to try and revive Sagi, but we have to go somewhere to advance the plot.
It's possible to know those things, but not say them, right? and like to understand the metagame part and then choose what to play within the game is a choice, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's going to feel slightly weird if we make a big leap to try and, save Sagi or something, with the out-of-character knowledge that no matter where we choose to do or where we're going to go, Sagi will get revived at the start.
I'm all for hanging near the castle. We didn't really travel yet, but somewhere near the castle.
I think hanging near the castle is possibly the worst decision we could make.
We move far enough away from the castle that people are tired, sore, and Nova needs a long rest. So let's travel south, since that seems to be the direction we were going. We'll make camp for the night and deal with things in the morning when we've had a chance to rest and consider our options.
Yeah, that's good. I like moving south. That moves us towards New Anglia.
All right. So you guys are still carrying Sagi's body as well as Nova's limp form, and As you travel in the dark woods, who is lead? Oh, Lorathir is leading. Why am I asking
Yeah.
who's leading? Lorathir, you need to roll yourself a survival check to guide these guys out of the woods. Lorathir, as you're walking through the woods, the fog makes it very difficult to navigate. And as you're walking, you realize that you're not like walking in circles, but like you're getting turned around, and so you're making like these big loops that are not making any progress, and it starts to get later in the day, and as the sun is getting low, like I said, the fog in the woods makes it almost impossible to see, and the cobwebs make it hard to walk, and everybody needs to roll a dexterity check in order to avoid getting caught in the cobwebs.
That's 3 14s in a row for me. That's getting a little weird.
I mean, it's not a great roll, it's not a terrible roll. So Craven, you get caught in a cobweb and have to roll an escape check to try and break free of it. Everybody else manages to avoid it.
That's strength.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Yeah, you muscle your way out of the cobweb and are free. All right, so you guys are here in the forest.
Okay, that is very green fog.
Damn, you know who we gotta call. You got it.
All right. So as you guys are walking down the path, um, Lorithir, you need to roll survival again to try and lead them before it gets completely dark.
Oof, big oof.
Yeah. Your elf has failed you. And in his failure has doomed you to wander the dark woods at night. The green fog becomes glow in the dark, eerie Halloween fog, and little lights light up along the pathway.
Would my background trait of wanderer help me at all in that situation? Excellent memory for maps and geography. Always recall the general layout of terrain.
Right? So I guess like what are you asking for?
I guess I'm just wondering if that would help me navigate any, or uh, if that's if it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, it already was giving you the bonus, to the proficiency and all of that, right? So,
That's true.
yeah. I mean, it did. It just in this instance, like, hey, I mean, Babe Ruth struck out. So, as the darkness sets in and you guys are just completely lost in the dark and scary woods. Roll for perception. Everyone that's alive.
Roll perception, everyone that's alive.
Yeah.
Or conscious.
Or conscious. Yes.
If able-bodied.
Yes. If you are capable of rolling perception, go ahead and. Lorithir is just taking the day off.
Amazing.
He's like, listen, you guys, I'm not feeling so well. I'm tired, or something in the vampire air has me not on game.
That sentence actually makes me laugh because the concept of vampire air is funny to me because vampires don't breathe.
Yeah. So,
They were an awful lot of cologne though.
everyone but Lorithir hears the beating of wings and like. Have you ever heard a swarm of bats at night? Like it's like a fluttering, but like a mass fluttering of like a bunch of wings.
We ain't about to get attacked by some bats. Oh, bring it on, you flying rats.
And so
Oh,
you guys
entered Bat Country.
you guys get to roll for uh initiative, but those of you who heard the wings, you get advantage on this roll.
I'm good.
Lorithir doesn't need advantage. He's like, initiative, I got this.
So do I just hit the +2 at the bottom?
No, you hit the advantage at the bottom and then hit initiative. Boom. All right. And so, as you guys prepare for battle, Lorithir, you see a giant bat swooping in, about to attack you guys, and a swarm of bats coming in, about to engulf you guys, and another giant bat over there.
Is that really a giant bat? It looks like it would have a more technical name,
Yeah, well, yeah.
like a Makrasavi or something undead monster sounding.
Yeah,
A lot of technical undead have very weird sounding name.
yeah. Like Vargwill. But
Yeah,
but this one's name is not known to you unless you want to roll a religion check.
bah. I don't need a skill check to name them for me. I'll just do it myself.
Right?
Yeah.
They're the Macarenas.
Yes.
All right. Lorathier, what do you do?
So is there anywhere nearby that I could get out of line of sight? Is there anything to hide behind? Can't really tell on the map.
So on the map here, these ridges, those are cliffs that range from 5 to 15 feet in height, depending on what point of them you're at. And the trees, can also provide cover. The bushes can provide half cover at best if you like crouch behind one of them. But you got to be careful because there's cobwebs everywhere too. So if you go running around into off the path here, you can get caught in a cobweb.
If I move there, will I be able to try to hide from the giant bat?
You can roll your stealth to hide, and you might be hidden, but it will have seen that you went that way, so it can like move in that direction and maybe still see you. Okay.
Wow. All right.
Luckily, it doesn't have a passive perception above that, so you are technically hidden unless it like goes searching for you.
Okay, so now I've got to add these effects.
Oh man. You didn't target though. Control left click on the giant bat. That does hit. So now
Target
you
him now.
can deal your damage. But you gotta reapply your damage 10. And your oh no, not your sneak attack, yeah.
Wow, that was bloody. And that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. So Lorathier quickly rolls behind the hill, knocks an arrow, and pops out and shoots the undead green glowing bat that was swooping in to attack right through the face. The arrow explodes through its head and it falls to the ground in a bloody mess in front of you guys.
It looks like the +10 was double applied though, so I think that should be a 31.
Yeah, it was still enough to do that, but yeah, I was wrong. I guess the 10 didn't expire. It just looked like it did.
Got it.
The swarm of bats attack Salmon. Soggy.
Yes.
You begin to wake up.
And Soggy sort of lets out a sharp awake, sort of coughing, just gasping. Do I roll initiative?
Yes, roll initiative.
A nat 20!
Soggy's still grappled.
Yes. So you won't be able to act until next round, but you wake up and you're like, what?
Says, what? Where are we? And I imagine this causes a reaction in either Noman
This bat flies in to attack Noman. All right, and now out of the fog comes an undead monster known as a Vargwill.
Well, that's a tongue twist.
I'm sure I'm pronouncing that completely wrong.
That looks right to me. Looks like a Vargwill.
If it's any of the sausage, if it's anything like the sausage, then it's Vargui.
Vargui.
God, why don't we all just speak? Why don't we all just speak Esperanto and proceed to have phonetic writing?
And it flies up to Craven. And it tries to bite him. You feel undead poison coursing through your veins as the Vargui's bite sinks into your skin. You feel the gross undead monster's flesh against yours, and you know you're gonna have to take a pill for this.
Broke up. Gonna have to take what?
Have to take a pill for this.
Noman's reaction.
Noman, you notice that Soggy is starting to move.
Mm-hmm. Looking from the map, I was the one carrying him, wasn't I?
You were carrying Nova, right?
Yeah, but Soggy's like a basketball or something.
Oh, so you just had him like over your shoulder too?
Now that's not really mathematically possible if I had Nova carried the way I was describing my carry. But you can one-hand a fireman. Then again, I'd probably want to drop both of these louts now that we're in active combat. Do you think Salmon could have been trusted to carry him, or would he have eaten Soggy?
Wait, what?
I said, do you think Salmon could have been trusted, or do you think he would have eaten Soggy?
Salmon could not be trusted to carry Soggy.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I'm going to... This ain't exactly a great situation. Well, I know what I must do.
Kill
So,
everyone.
Soggy has begun to move, and Nova is what they're going to be. This is a kind of empty mechanical thing. I don't technically need to do this, but as a swift action, I'm going to spend a charge to shift. And I'm going to do me a General Grievous. My arms are going to split, so I have 2 cents. Now I can comfortably carry Nova and Soggy, if necessary, but he's starting to move, so I just kind of drop him to the side and hope that works out.
You don't think it's odd that the guy who is dead is moving?
We're in Carpathia. The air might just do that around here.
Something in the water.
At this point, all I know is that I have a stiff that's wiggly and giant monsters that need to be killed. So, I begin killing.
Your sword strikes the undead monstrosity, but it doesn't deal a whole lot of damage.
I noticed. Wow.
You notice that these things just seem to, shrug off your hits.
Alright. That thing's... I wish I had more damage teched into this. If it wasn't working on other things, I'd take another glance at the class. I don't know.
Is it on me? It is.
No. So you guys see something in the mist, but you don't know what it is. It's just floating in the mist. All right, Craven, now it's on you.
All right. So I don't see something on me. Am I poisoned or not poisoned?
Well, you were poisoned by it, but you're not like gonna take ongoing poison damage or anything like that.
It's a mild poison, an acquired taste for the enthusiast. It's a mild poison, an acquired taste for the enthusiast.
Yeah, it's just plus 3d6 poison damage. It doesn't have an ongoing effect.
Yeah, I just casted protection from poison on myself.
There you go. Enough of that.
That's my turn, I guess.
A mushroom appears, and you eat it, and it gives you protection from poison. Another swarm of large bats No. Let me say that again. Another large swarm of bats comes flying in and attacks Noman. Another Vargui comes flying out and attacks Lorathir. Missing.
As a reaction, I'd like to move away.
That's a good idea.
Y'all could use fire.
Alright, so this one comes flying out to here, and then it lets loose with a shriek that pierces the night like a banshee scream.
Don't let a banshee hear you say that.
Somehow, Soggy, you don't seem to be affected by it. So, Lorathir, you are frightened and stunned. The Vargui's screech fills your heart with terror, and you feel frozen in place as you stare at the undead monstrosity, unable to draw your arrow back. And then another one comes and does the same damn thing. Noman, you find yourself frightened and stunned as somehow the Vargui's effects override your programming and your main laws no longer apply.
Okay.
And another swarm of bats appears. But they can only fly in, they can't like attack anyone. They just got as close as they could. And a giant bat attacks Lorathir. Dealing a light amount of piercing damage as its undead claws like sink into you. Oh, it's a bite as its undead fangs sink into you. Salmon tears at the bats that are attacking it. He kills a couple of bats. Nova is like half unconscious, and she's just like, "Oh, what's going on?" Lorathier.
Okay, and being stunned, I can't do anything till.
Ah, yes, you are stunned this round. So,
Do I save against that?
nope, you're just frightened for one round, and then as soon as it's not your round, then you are good.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, there you go. And Soggy, you suddenly find yourself awake after a long period of darkness, and although you can feel yourself like moving around, everything seems like cold and numb, and you suddenly realize that you're not breathing.
Soggy sort of like pats himself. He sort of looks around, all sort of confused, but he sort of realizes everyone is being attacked, and just decides just to use what strength to use this. Try and use the strength he can muster to like fend off against these enemies.
His
Soggy mutters to himself, "What is going on?" And he's going to try and Eldritch to Thunderwave away the Booleans.
Well, are you gonna move? Cause like Thunderwave has the 3x3 squares, right? That's the one.
Would I need to disengage?
You don't need to disengage because the swarm of bats is actually attacking Noman and not you.
Okay, so I'm going to move over here so I
Yeah,
can Eldritch blast these Vargulies.
yeah, you can get all four of them. Let me just make sure that's the right spell though.
Hey, real quick. If Soggy gets attacked, it might health is all jacked up.
Your health?
Soggy's health. He's at 5 max.
Oh, yeah. No, that's still in effect.
Don't sneeze too hard, Soggy.
Yep, 15-foot cube. Thunderwave them up, Soggy. Let them have it. Okay, yeah.
So Soggy, sort of trying to conjure up his Eldritch powers, you sort of notice Sagi's sort of stench has sort of like changed to not only have the whole sea theme, but also like scent of like rot.
Yeah, he smells like rotting fish.
And Valguli #1 isn't pushed back.
Oh yeah, he's pushed back. I'm sorry. There you go.
So Sagi, sort of unleashing a thunderous wave, sort of staggers back and says, "What is going on?" As he sort of like is sort of stumbling around.
Soggy.
These guys attack salmon. Oh, salmon is heavily wounded as the bats tear into him. You guys realize at this point that these bats are all like stinky and rotten, and some of them have like bones exposed. These are all undead bats. Which, if the giant bats weren't like a clue, you know. And this undead bat attacks Noman. How did he miss?
Well, I am stunned, so
Yep.
just kind of standing around, waiting until the blue screen drops out of my eyes.
Yep. Even stunned though, somehow the bat could not get through your defenses.
It's probably because I think why is my thing? It's because I have I'm mostly just a ball of armor.
It's a steel plate boxer shorts.
All right, this shape flies closer out of the fog, and you think you can almost make it out. It looks like a bat, like a deformed bat. Craven.
I'm gonna take my thorn out and throw it at something.
All right. Now, do
Cool.
you wish to move it? I don't think you can though, because it'd end in your ally space. So
No.
yeah. All right. These guys are going to attack Noman again. Haha. Oh, you absorbed that? Your armor just like absorbs the hits and only one wound gets through to you. The last of the Varguis decides that it is going to fly back into the fog. And
Whose cat is that?
That is my cat. He makes noises like that on occasion.
those are terrible noises. And anyway, Salmon is going to go berserker mode on the bats that are attacking him. And kills one of them. This swarm of bats is going to move in on Craven. And I am going to attack Lorathier. Critically hitting him for 11 damage as my undead fangs rip at you. Nova kind of like half wakes up and is like, "Don't let the bats bite you."
Am I still stunned?
No, you are no longer stunned.
I will disengage and move back to here. Oh, that's not really on a square, is it? To there. And
The bat succeeds on its system shock check as your arrow rips through its body. It is seriously wounded but still able to fly.
that's the end of my turn.
Soggy sort of see all of this happen, sort of like thinks to himself, he's weeping attacked, and sort of waking up. He's going to Eldritch Blast both the it's going to Eldritch Bat, the giant bat, and the swarm of bats. Of course, this is going to be an advantage.
Yeah, as your Eldritch Blast, it looks like the skeleton of a fish that just flies into the bat and it blasts it out of the sky into a green glowing like flame that just burns away.
Soggy, sort of seeing this, sort of checks his body to see if the same green glow comes from him.
No.
He sort of sort of nervously just sort of flinches as he thinks to himself, "What is happening to Soggy?"
The swarm of bats tries to finish off Salmon. Nothing doing. Salmon's tough skin resists their bites.
Hmm. I'm just gonna. I guess I'm gonna. Well, first, on principle, I gotta swing at that one. Hit it.
It seems to not deal as much damage as you swing your sword and only take out a few bats.
And then step over here and attack that one.
You hear an all too familiar voice call out, "No! You are not going to defeat us!"
How is it familiar?
It's high pitched and screechy as a woman's upper torso with bat like vampire wings comes flying out of the mist at Lorathier.
Holy shit! It's a fucking Karen.
Yes.
Karen the Mangril.
Is she demanding to speak to my manager?
Ah,
She grapples you. You rope another couple of bats. These bats swarm Noman. But then suddenly go after Craven. But miss.
Huh.
The last Vargui from inside of the thing flies out and tries to attack Lorithir with advantage. Lorithir is pretty badly wounded as the Vargui bites into his skin. Salmon is on his last legs and just is full on attacking the swarm, trying to kill it. There, yeah, perfect. He's weakened and almost dying as he just can't even swing. Craven, you are heavily wounded as the undead bats tear into you.
Soggy, sort of seeing the giant bat fly by, Sir looks to it and mutters, "Why can't we be friends?"
Why can't we be friends?
Does it actually understand Soggy, or does it just ignore him?
It doesn't seem to acknowledge you. Nova reaches out her hand and touches Craven. And he's like, I think I need an adult. And she says, I am an adult. And casts a level 4 Cure Wounds on him. You feel revitalized as a warm light shines from her hand and covers your wounds and heals them.
Yeah, that should make you all set for now.
Oh, hey, he's back.
Yeah, my connection's going in and out like a weirdo. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
So what's up? Am I like awake?
Like half awake, and you were awake enough to heal Craven since he was right next to you.
Oh, you're lucky. I shouldn't have any spells.
No, it turns out that he had you rested, said you had all of your spell slots, but you were just in a near coma-like state, so you couldn't do anything.
Okay. That's Soggy alive. Not that I'm complaining, but
That you're not sure of. Of course, you didn't know that Soggy was dead from before either, so.
I'm grappled, which means I can't disengage, right?
You can't move. You need to break the grapple first.
That's an action to try to
Yes.
escape the grapple.
Yes.
Then instead, I will drop my bow, draw my sword, and turn and attack the Vargui behind me.
You didn't target it.
That's a good point. Thank you. Should I roll again? Or roll? Does
Yeah.
that hit?
I actually don't know, so just roll again. So yeah, they both hit. So there you go.
And that's the end of my turn.
Your rapier stabs into the Vargui's eye and it drops to the ground. Soggy.
Just trying to figure out what's going. Just trying to sort of like get the advantage.
Oh no. You kill the swarm of bats that is attacking Salmon. And it says that I dropped to 0 but stable.
All right, what's the dealio? I went outside for a minute. Was that one of us who's knocked down, or did you knock one of them down? What?
One of the giant bats.
Oh, neat. Am I in the initiative, or am I still like out of it?
Yeah, you're pretty much out of it, so I just have you at the bottom of the initiative.
Okay, so I'm just like, or would you like to apply any kind of like, mechanical disadvantages for me just coming out of a coma-like state?
Uh
Like, I'm not against it.
basically you're being at the bottom of the initiative is the penalty.
Oh, okay. Well, because that's just generally the penalty for showing up in an initiative. But yeah, whatever.
All right, Soggy, is that your turn?
Yep.
Hooey. It's a damn huge blood splatter.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do because the bat's gonna revive on its turn.
Yeah.
Now on my turn, would you guys? How we looking here? Are we looking beat up, or would you like me to like do something like a beacon of hope and start healing, or should I like just drop like spirit guardians?
I think spirit guardians would work.
Because we're dealing with swarms.
I can't seem to target Karen.
Karen's
Really?
back.
Yes.
How?
I don't. She's back. Okay. I don't know the answer to these questions, but yeah. Whenever I hover over to target Karen, it targets giant bat 3.
Yeah, I see that.
Remains.
So I don't know why I can't target Karen.
We purified her remains.
Yeah, and we
Karen
buried
was
it.
obliterated by sunlight, so she got caught in the rays of the sun and was obliterated.
No,
What?
no, it was my spirit guardians that took her out.
Oh, right. No. Well, I still feel like, should do it to a Malagal. Manalagal? Mananagal? Yeah, that was a Mananagal. Anyway. So, I'm just going to start beating her. Have myself a nice flanking position here.
I'm glad it's Karen and not McGonagall. I don't think we could handle her.
Wait. Let's see. Attack and I had an advantage and I rolled a 2 against her, so that's completely scuffed. And I forgot to roll with advantage the second time, and I wasn't targeting anything, so meh. There we go. At least I hit.
Hey, this is a totally random thing
Alright.
here. But Donovan, I assume he just went back to his own timeline.
Yes.
Yeah, he never intended to be in this timeline at all, so yeah, I figured he wasn't going to be around too long.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. That's what I would have figured. Would have wanted anyway.
Yes, we didn't really cover that because you weren't here, but yes.
Yeah, it seems like I rolled that character up for like no reason.
Unfortunately, I was really excited for you to get to play him.
So yeah, I'll be quiet and let whose ever turn it is be their turn.
Noman, I think he's done though, right?
What?
Noman?
Right, I didn't end my turn.
Karen. Karen goes crazy upon seeing Noman.
Why? Whatever.
She's
Doesn't
like,
like
you!
droids.
You did this! This is your fault!
Hey, I'm sorry for chiming in again, but would you have any ability to like rescind her eyes?
Look, as much as I wish I was the kind of cold-hearted bastard who had intentionally designed some sort of take-back function into her eyes, I don't have the evil alignment, so no.
She just starts pounding on you as she grapples you so that you can't get away.
Ah ha 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 ha. It's very funny she think I would have any intention of that.
Might have did that wrong. Or did you poison spray at the swarm bats?
Oh yeah, you did the save versus Constitution correctly, so now just apply the damage.
Alright, so the bats failed then?
Yeah. Yeah, so they take 10 damage as your poison spray. It's a mushroom that releases a cloud of spores that just like poisons them. Oh wait, they're immune to being poisoned. They're undead. Yeah. Sorry. I should have put that on them so that it. But yeah, they're immune to poison.
Okay.
So as it tries to poison them, you realize that they're immune to poison. Alright, this one attacks Salmon. Salmon is critically wounded. The swarm of bats continues to bite at Craven. Nova.
To Salmon, and I will use Cure Wounds, level 2.
Level 2 cure wound it is. Salmon is now heavily wounded.
All right.
Do you do anything else? Nova? Well, that was his standard action, so.
And does this vampire, half of a vampire lady, have both of us grappled?
No, you are no longer grappled.
Gotcha.
She let go of you as soon as she saw Noman. She flew into a rage.
Then I will pick up my bow and step back.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm surrounded by like metal walls and stuff, so.
Oh no. Oh no. I have just been memed.
If you
So-
move out of her range, she's gonna attack you.
Okay.
If only someone else knew how to perform a knight's move.
She. I could grapple you so you couldn't move away, but she'll just smack you instead.
Come on, grab him.
No, I need to hold on to you because you're not getting away this time.
Yeah, but like, come on, be a bro vampire and don't let my flanking partner leave.
No, I have to.
I
I have to kill you.
I ran over here to be in flanking against a non-swarm target, and now I'm in a grapple and my partner's leaving.
I brought all of my swarms and my bats to come and kill you.
You better stay dead, and I better get my eyes back this time.
You strike Noman with the arrow, but it bounces off of his armor plating.
Excuse me.
That's the turn.
Four.
Yep. Just trying to it keeps going into the void.
Do you have it set to where it's auto centering, where you need to go to options and turn auto center off?
Okay, sorry, just sorry about that. Just
It's okay. You don't have to be sorry.
Soggy sort of seeing Karen through the swarm of bats slowly and sluggishly says, Karen, I thought Nova purified you and set you to rest.
I was raised by the power of Vasanthus, and I see you were too.
Soggy sort of like not processing what Karen says, well, Soggy is not dead. Soggy just needs and he's just sort of like at this point he's just sort of like trying to conjure words, but he's just sort of muddled in his words, and then just shakes it off and says, "Go away, bats!" And he's going to do a grasp of the deep, the swarm of bats.
Oh, grasp of the deep. Yep, here, let me grab your thing.
It's going to be lightning. I'm going to put it here.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Since I'm going
I have you
to
grappled, so you're not going anywhere.
yeah, since I'm in this situation now, I'm going to spend another thing as a swift action to change my shift. I'm going to fuse my arms back together, so no longer carrying Nova. And I'm going to switch my configuration for my size to bulky, so no one gains like a foot of height.
You puff up your chest?
Essentially. And then I'm going to spend my first attack on an athletics because I'm going to try and take control of this grapple.
Woo, that was a
Diggity
zippy
yum.
dice. That was a zippy dice.
Yeah. Time to fight my zippy dice. Roll above a 25.
I will. Just give me a second. Oh, it is just strength. Okay.
Yeah. A good attempt, not good enough.
Yeah.
All right.
So now I am the one who is grappled.
Yes. I'm going to spend my other attack to attack, because one thing I remember about the fine wording of how my extra attack is that my extra attack must be an integrated strike, so I can't spend it to shove. I really need to get the grappling feat, so I get advantage on all grapple-based attacks.
Do you?
I need to get that feat. I don't have it.
No, I mean, do you need it?
It would be pretty cool, wouldn't you agree?
It might be beneficial in some situations. I don't know if it's,
Well,
I mean, now unless you use grappling all the time.
Right.
I pretty much
That's what I'm
do at this
saying.
point. Unless I'm fighting something that can't be grappled, as a general modus operandi, it closes off the enemy's options and gives me control in the fight to grab them as a part of fighting them.
There you go, brother.
Karen says, "Hey, get your hands off of me. How dare you touch me?"
She touched him first.
No one just says, "Hey, equal rights deserve equal lefts."
And she attacks you. Oh, wait.
Well, I would have missed, but bleh.
Yeah. All right. Now she attacks you again.
Critical hit. You gotta be joshing me.
I never.
Owl, I guess.
And you are heavily damaged as the vampire Karen's claws tear at your metal armor. Oh, wait.
If anything, you know what you should do? Instead of going grapple, let's get you some spiked armor. Since you tend to grapple a lot. Irrelevant of whether or not you succeed in reversing a grapple, anytime something attempts to grapple you, they'll be taking damage.
I like your style, but I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna wear spiked armor.
Well, wouldn't you be able to like modify it since you're all like metal person anyway?
Okay. The thing is, it's kind of an image thing. And it's silly, and it's either troubling one way or silly the other. Because either I'm a Dread Knight of spiked armor, or it's like spring-loaded, and I'm like the Porcupine Knight.
Craven, you thorn whip at the swarm again, and again you can whip a few of the bats, but you can't get enough of them. They bite at Salmon, but he's okay. Oh, the tentacle gets in the way and protects Salmon. Salmon tears at the bats. No, 19. No, 19. Craven, you're moderately wounded again as the bats swarm around you. Nova.
Okay, so how's everyone looking as far as health wise?
I'm
Is
like
everybody
half
looking beat
health,
up?
and I think Salmon and I are the worst hurt.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I think we'll manage without me going on the offensive. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Beacon of Hope. Okay. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Mass Healing Word. And I'll do that at I'm pretty sure that's 3rd level anyway. So yeah, I'll go ahead and Beacon of Hope. And yeah, screw it. And Mass Healing Word 4th level. Everybody gets it. Max healing. You heard that?
Yes.
How much is that?
Cool. Let's see. I have Blessed Healer, so that it should be 2d4 plus 10 at max level. So 2d4 plus, let's see. So it should be a minimum, 18.
Okay, hold on. So that I'm not sure
18.
everybody's hurt.
Well, it's more about just getting to more than one person at a time. And I believe it's 22 with my
60 feet. All right.
I don't think I can.
All right. And then now.
I should be paying. Take back.
So 2d4 plus 10. There you go.
plus my wisdom modifier.
Yep.
And that 2d4 is maxed out because Beacon of Hope. So it's automatically an 8.
Oh, yeah. Beacon of Hope. Damn it.
Beacon of Hope is a broken spell.
Yeah. So, everybody got 13 when they should have gotten.
Should be like 22 total. Oh. Unless my wisdom stat is like 5, which I don't think it is.
They should have gotten 18.
Well, they should have gotten 22 because it's 2 8s, a 10, and then plus 4 with my wisdom modifier.
What's the extra plus 4 wisdom modifier coming from?
From the spell. It's in the spell list then. The spell list is 2d4, 1d4 plus my spell modifier plus, plus an additional 1d4 per increase for every increase level.
That's already programmed in with everything. So it's maximum 2d4, which is 8 plus 10 for 18.
And then don't forget about my blessed healer. Just adds 2 plus the spell level.
Yeah, that's all factored in.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not
All
in
right.
front of it, so I can just
All right, so I gotta add 5 to anybody who's down.
And then I also get an additional 2 plus the spell level because I forgot what it's called, but it's like preserve life. No, it's a different ability. But it's from a life cleric thing.
Extend.
Whose mic is open?
Mine is, but I think that's Noman's. I'm
Oh,
hearing.
bad data?
No, mine is on mic mute. I
Oh,
see the
okay.
button flashing, so
Okay.
that wasn't me.
Okay. All right. So Noman, you have Beacon of
And
Hope.
sorry for the background noise. I am cleaning a deep fryer right now, so that's
Oh,
the
okay.
pump you're
Yeah.
hearing.
You cast Beacon of Hope and then Mass Healing Word, and everybody regains 18 hit points, and most of them are no longer badly damaged.
Cool. And because this character, the original design of this character is essentially a shameless ripoff.
You what? Because it's a ripoff, you what? Hello? Okay. Lorathier.
I think he meant to say that he's going to end his turn.
Oh, he was definitely ending his turn. I just didn't hear what he said about whatever.
I will stand in place, carefully aim at the swarm of bats.
Yeah, even though it partially resists it, you still deal a massive amount of damage to the swarm of bats.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, it turned out I was incorrect. I noticed that it was actually me, but I did have my thing on mute. I investigated and reset a couple of things. Some sort of audio handling bugs happened, and something was taking from a different live mic than the one I usually use or something.
Soggy sort of tastes the water that he's going to fire out, and it sort of tastes dead. Like sort of like overly salty and sort of like Dead Sea.
Briny.
As you go to breathe out your blood, it does not taste dead. It tastes salty and then coppery as a blast of blood comes pouring out of your mouth, striking the bats.
And Soggy sort of like coughing sort of looks down at himself and says, "What is wrong with Soggy?"
All right, whatever. First thing.
So you just saw Soggy breathe blood.
I think I know an adoptive uncle who died of that condition. Yeah, not my best. I'm gonna make an athletics check. I'm gonna spend one of my attacks to perform a shove and put this one on the map. Or at least that's the plan. I rolled an 8, so. Need them to roll worse than me. Hey, I did it. So they become prone, and in addition to their grapple.
Okay, hold on. All right.
All right. Now that I've done that, gonna reel back and just slug her. You disappoint me, game. I guess I'm going to instead punch the dirt.
That's gonna be you next time.
No, I have other plans. Just to put it, since I have been given this chance, and I want to confirm, she has my eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now that I have a second chance, and I know that I'm definitely not going to get them by killing her, since I have the integrated ability, I'm going to say there's something. There's an obvious mechanical clinking as Noman's right arm begins to open up, and tools from his auto dock build begin to slide out as scalpels and surgical, sutures begin to make themselves known, looking like a very grisly torture device. But I will commence to anything involving the removal of the eyes on my next turn.
Okay. I am going to realizing that I'm prone and that attacking you from prone isn't gonna work. I take control of the grapple.
Okay. Ooh, that's rough. It's not going to be easy, but I can pull this off. Not good enough.
Now you are the one who is grappled.
Okay.
And she jujitsu Imanari rolls into dominant position on you.
Well, at least I have a second wind, and that, as per the rule you instated, she can't stand up without an opposed check.
She magically floats.
And she still has the prone condition, and she can't move to remove it because of the rule you implemented. Remember? You have to make a opposed strength check when moving during a grapple.
If you're in dominant position, you can stand up. It's if you're in prone position that you can't. You can't
Yes.
you can't just stand up from prone when somebody has you pinned.
Obviously, I'm just stating that you have to spend movement to stand up, but you made a rule that if you're the one controlling the grapple, you still have to make a strength check to move.
If I'm trying, yeah, if I don't release the grapple. If I
Yes.
release if I release the grapple, then I can just release the grapple.
So she's releasing the grapple and standing up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Damn it.
that was the whole point of taking the dominant position, was that I could get out of prone position.
Okay, that confused me because in context, then she essentially just escaped the grapple with the strength check.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really annoying because now I have to start over. I want my eyes back, Mananigal. Give me my eyes.
My name is Karen, and you know that.
Yes, I did. I say it to wound you because I hate you so.
I reasserted myself as hostile just to make sure you know how hostile I am.
Yes, if I could do that too, I would.
Oh, crit. You hamstring the target. The target is slowed.
We gotta do something like the thing up here for the crit, right?
The damage will automatically be doubled, so you just roll the damage. And as your thorn whip whips out around the bats, a few of them are like grappled by it, and you slow the whole swarm down. And now, this swarm of bats. Moderately damages Salmon. Salmon attacks them back. This swarm of bats continues to get in Craven's face. They deal a massive amount of damage that moderately wounds you. Nova.
I will go to Nomi.
You'll get attacked if you do.
Alright, going to... Yeah, what's around me?
There's a swarm of bats swarming you and Craven and Salmon. Right now they're attacking Craven, but you're in their square too, so if you move, they'll attack you.
Let's see. Gotta help. Gotta help me. Oh, I know. Turn on deck.
Okay.
And I don't know what the CR of these swarming bats are, but I think if it's less than one, I mean if it's one or lower, they're just like They're just dead.
Yeah.
How does that play out?
I'm about to find out.
Knife.
Okay, so all of them succeeded.
Wow.
So all of them succeeded.
All right. Bonus action, healing word, target Noman. Level 3.
Just so you know, he's not really that low.
All right.
I mean, I
Well,
have 12
I'll-
wounds, so I can still accept the
Oh.
healing.
Yeah.
well then I'll just go level 1 then, because that's way overboard level 3.
Yeah.
Although Craven looks more hurt than me. So does Salmon, actually.
Okay, mass healing word. Fuck no, even better. Mass cure wounds.
Mass cure wounds.
Yep.
You can't do mass cure wounds because they're not
American cheese. Do you have it?
they're not close enough.
And then I guess mass healing word.
Yeah, mass healing word.
No, mass cure wounds does have a range of 60, but no big deal.
Wait, what?
Yeah, mass cure wounds is not a touch spell.
Mass cure wounds, 60 feet. Oh, it's also a level 5 spell. That's why you can't do it. Because you don't have level 5 spells yet.
I know you can't see Nova, but Sam is down 18. I'm down 20. It's not that bad. Noman's down 12.
Well, with the 18 you guys will get from a maxed out mass healing word, everybody will be good to go.
Yeah. True.
There you guys go. See, why does it say 16 when I put max? Okay, whatever. So 2 more points to anybody who's wounded.
Yeah, can you guys hear me at all?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So what happens there?
So
That all work out?
yeah, everybody gets healed a little bit as Nova's light spreads out to all of you, and you're all pretty much back at full health, more or less.
Yeah, our hope is their despair, guys. Imagine being the bad guy. Fuck. And that's gonna head and be my turn. Hey, wait a second. I know a real reason why I can't cast Mass Cure Wounds. Because I used my turn on Turn Undead. That was my action. So it would have to be.
Also, you're not 9th level to have 5th level spells.
That would do it. That makes complete sense.
So
Yeah,
you can't
so yeah,
you can't cast it because the DM's a liar who lied about lying.
I'm just not in front of the spell with him.
No, I just, didn't want you guys to have an easy cure for Soggy so that he could turn into a vampire first. Wait, what did Lorothier do?
I aimed carefully and shot the swarm of bats again.
Ah, yes, I see.
So did Soggy.
Okay, so we're starting over, but thankfully I have a workaround. Let's see. Hope this hits. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be sad. Hey, I skipped the damage to automatically engage a grapple,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna spend my second attack to perform a shove. And roll a 5. That's not exactly desirable.
Just to make sure that you know how hostile I am, I went hostile for the third time.
One might say that she's fucking
Ah.
hostile.
Whatever. God, you're gonna make this. It's gonna be like pulling eyes with you, isn't it? Whatever. I'll give cover to myself since I'm essentially gonna be in this for a while. Let's see. Why do I have?
And since I missed out a
cover
bit,
effects.
any chance we might be able to go a little bit past 11 tonight?
Any chance what?
We can go past 11 tonight, even if it's a little.
I mean, it depends on how everybody else feels.
I
Well,
mean,
it was a general question.
Yeah. And also Karen, because like everything else is dead. It's mostly Noman fucking around with Karen and 2 bat swarms that have like next to no hit points.
So Karen is no longer amused with your little game, and she is going to,
With your wrestling.
yeah, she is going to just beat you down.
Okay. Good luck, I suppose. And I ain't gonna make it easy for you, Mananigal.
Mananigal.
27.
Oh my god, is she maniacal? Because then she'd be a maniacal.
Wait, what? Since when does a 21 hit me when I'm covered?
And if she didn't have these magical eyes, she could require a monocle.
Wait.
So
Wait,
then
wait,
she
wait.
could be a maniacal Mananigal wearing a monocle.
Ataracus, my base AC is 20. Why did a 21 hit me?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in cover right now. My AC should be 22.
Right? Yeah, you got AC +2. That's what it says.
I'll
I don't.
take the 9 off. I'm pointing out why did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know, but it does say defensive effects +1, so why?
Fuck you, that's why.
Oh, do I need to put +1 there? No, I shouldn't need to put +1 there.
Well, the Cloak of Protection says +1.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, let's just try putting a plus there and just see. I didn't think you needed to put a plus there, but
It doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it still says +1. So
Okay, that's odd. All right. Just, I guess I'll keep track of that in my head. Why is that not working?
anyway,
Yeah.
so she just starts beating the crap out of you, Craven. The swarm of bats attacks Salmon again. Oh, no way.
Someone just ducks out of the way of that one.
Yeah. No, 19. He rips a few more bats out of the air. The swarm of bats attacks Craven. They only deal reduced damage because of not having enough bats left in the swarm. Nova.
Am I able to move yet?
You'd
Or I
still
mean,
you'd
like what's
still get
around
it.
me?
Yeah, the swarm of bats is still swarming around you and Craven, so if you move, you'll get attacked unless you disengage.
Well, I guess I don't need to go near Noman right now because he's not damaged necessarily in any poor way. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can remember exactly. Do I have the spell Calm Emotions prepared?
No.
Okay. I think I will leave the bat swatting to Ella's. And I think we're all in good shape enough that if I somehow dropped, if I could attack and fail con save, it'll be okay. So yeah, no, I'm gonna go help out Noman. So I'm gonna go over to Noman. I'll take those attacks. See how that plays out.
Okay. They miss.
All right. I'm gonna go to my Nugget Google. Oh my God! If she had a computer, she'd be able to use Google. It should be a maniacal monocle with a monocle using Google. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to tackle it.
Okay.
At the very least, you know what? I'm gonna try to let me rephrase it. I'm going to attempt to grapple her.
Right.
Okay.
Doesn't Noman already have him grappled?
I mean, I have them
she's
in a
not-
grapple. There's no reason not to stack it, but it's just odd to me.
Okay, you know what?
Tripping her
Then
would
I'll
be far more valuable. Or shoving her, 'cause that's
Doing-
what's called in this system.
I'll stay in character and I'm going to put my hand on her shoulder and say, Karen, I am sorry for what has happened to you, but you need to rest now. And that's going to be my turn.
Okay.
Oh, yes, new person. Nova's a pacifist.
Ah, gotcha.
The undead, but only if like there's no other option.
Lorathier.
I will once more stand still to more carefully aim. And shoot the bats.
Oh man, there's just a ton of damage done on them. And they are dying.
Ooh, the dead guys?
Yeah.
And that's the end of my turn.
How much of a bonus do the swarm of bats have on dexterity saves?
That's a pretty specific mechanical question, don't you think?
Yes, I did it once with the
You clap your hands together and they take 5 thunder damage.
pushed back.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
All right, starting over because come on, I want my things back. Ah, 4. Come on. Come on, bomb your roll. Hey! Okay, I have her back where I want, but technically I've already started an attack, so you know, I have to spend my other action on my other attack, since surgery is not an attack action.
Aggressive
Depends on your
surgery. Haha.
I'm glad I now had advantage.
Oh, and by the way, don't get me wrong. I suggested it, and do you? But Nova will be like, "What are you doing, man?" Things look posh, don't you think?
Is that Noman's turn? Karen takes control of the grapple.
What's happening? Test, test.
Yes.
So just making sure. Like, again, kitchen, a lot of steel around me.
Nova.
It's my turn again.
Yes.
I will grapple her. Or at least attempt to.
Cheers.
I love that D&D mechanics allow us to attempt a dogpile on a vampire. You know, something you wouldn't normally want close to you.
Unfortunately, she is struggling mightily against Noman, and although he has a hand on her, you're unable to grab a hold of her as she flails around.
Are we sure they're fighting?
Yeah, they're like slap fighting.
Handball. I guess that'll be my turn.
I will two more bats.
So the room is supplies, so it's upstairs on the floor, so we're survivors.
Sagi sort of is going to once again use his thunderclap.
As the thunder wave explodes into the bats, they crumble to the ground.
So, how do I start cutting this turkey?
I don't know. You can attempt to attack her because, like, she's not, helpless. She can still defend herself. So
Well, yeah, but reasonably, she's being pinned to the ground. It's about as best as a surgical theater I'm gonna get because I can't kill her. She'll turn to ash.
So
Hold up, dude.
What?
Dude, have you ever seen the movie Kill Bill?
No.
Oh man, you need to watch Kill Bill. Yeah, like somebody didn't just like try to go all scalpel. They just literally pluck somebody's eyes out.
And the saving grace I have is that these are mechanical eyeballs inside of a fleshy skull. So I can be a little rough. But, I have the autodoc, which means that I have, like, surgical implements built into me. I imagine I'm able to, like, hook these things with tensors or forceps or something and slice them out or something.
yeah, but she's not just gonna sit still for this.
Okay, so what do I have to do?
You have to try to attack her like any other attack.
Okay. Is there a called shot penalty involved?
Yes.
What's the penalty?
Negative 10 for going for the eyes.
Jesus, penalty? What is this, 3-5? Wouldn't it just be disadvantage?
Well, the thing is, I think it's supposed to be more severe than that because if he gives me disadvantage, well, he can't give me like triple over disadvantage. It's just disadvantage, which means it's canceled by the advantage I already have.
But yeah, then it would just be like a series of rolls. I mean, whatever. So, his decision. What am I doing?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I just never roll. Let's see. So this is a really awkward roll because now I'm.
By the way, if you were going just for the eye without like doing any other damage, it'd be even worse. But because you don't care if you like, cut up the rest of her face to get to it, it's only negative 10.
Well, yeah, obviously. Could you imagine? Christ. Okay, so here I go. I guess I get 2 attempts at the very least. That's a saving grace. It's a miss.
She's gonna come back as a revenant and like just stalk us forever.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. She already came back to life once, so I'm assuming that just beating her to death won't actually accomplish anything long term. Hey, crit! I critically hit her face.
Yes, you did. You grab one of the eyes and remove it.
Yes. Okay. I think that covers what I'm doing this turn.
She turns into mist and disappears.
That is actually more or less what I was expecting.
Did the eye that was plucked from her face disappear with her?
No.
Let's see. Is there still a bat swarm or something? No, I think that's the end of combat.
That is the end of combat as Karen disappears into the night. You guys find yourselves alone in the dark forest.
Cast light cantrip.
Yeah, Nova lights up and you guys are able to see.
No one is going to put a hand on his hip and hold up the glowing golden eye to his the right side of his face and go, "Looks just as nice as the day I made it." shame she didn't stick around.
Soggy.
That's a little excessive, don't you think, Sam Newman?
It had the intended effect. Beating her to death didn't work last time, so a new method has to be acquired.
Soggy
Well done.
is sort of like stumbling as he walks towards the group and says, "What did Karen mean by turned?"
Vasanthus turned you into an undead. I'm sorry you have to find out this way, but that's what happened.
And Soggy is just sort of standing there and says, "But there is a way to fix Soggy, yes?"
If there is
Yeah,
a way, Soggy.
There are Pelorian rituals I could attempt, but it would be entirely up to him. Only Pelor can restore the undead back to the living.
As he sort of thinks to himself about that, and he sort of flashes of memory go back to the water temple, and Soggy says, "We must go to water temple."
Right. So I know as a player some things about vampires when it comes to having sired a person, like certain things a vampire would be privy to, but would Nova know that? Would Nova know some of those things?
With a religion check.
Okay. So I, as a player, I'm trying to see is would Vasanthus be knowledgeable of our whereabouts and actions through Soggy?
Right. Oh, yeah. I have to roll for you.
My bad.
I hate that. Do one of you fools want to roll?
Sure. What am I rolling?
Well, somebody has to volunteer to play Nova's character. So, Nova, who would you like to have roll for you?
That's Soggy. Go hazard.
Alrighty.
You're rolling a religion check for Nova.
Can I have access to our sheet?
Yep.
Congratulations, you are now playing a life cleric and a vampire.
A vampire who is also dedicated to a watery being of lakes and rivers.
Actually, I have a plot slash mechanical question, plot based mechanical question for that. Doesn't the Bunyip just despise vampires?
Does it?
Because if it did, like if, for example, if Nova became a vampire, right? That's like full stop for Paylor. Like, oh yeah, you can just go continue to be a life cleric.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, this is different. But anyway, Soggy, you got that religion check?
No, not yet, because I can't seem to access it.
Did you go to the character sheet and did you close it? Yeah, there you go. Oh no, it's gonna be in the default dice. Oh yeah, and also Lorathir, you get a point of inspiration for when you went and hid in order to get sneak attack on that first attack, and Noman, you get a point of inspiration for pinning Karen down.
Oh yeah, back to Sneaky Rangers. More Sneaky Rangers, yes.
All right, so Nova, you know that like progenitor vampire often has a fair amount of control over their offspring, but Soggy seems to be unaffected by this as of right now. However, Soggy, as you guys are standing around and there's like blood and everything from the battle, even though like everybody's wounds have been healed, there was still some blood. And Soggy, you need to roll a wisdom save.
Advantage.
That's always iffy.
Remember, advantage. Beacon of hope. You are hopeful.
That was a check, but that's okay. It's same thing. So you actually managed to resist, but you have a strange urge to go and bite Nova on the neck, or well, I shouldn't say bite her on the neck. You have a strange urge to go and lick the blood off of Craven.
Soggy sort of like shakes his head in bed and says, Soggy has weird urge to lick blood off Craven.
You say that? So,
Is that normal?
Yeah, he's asking you guys.
Soggy, it seems that you have been tainted by the vampire.
He has become sucky suck.
Boy, man, we're glad Donovan died. like 3 months ago.
What did you say?
I said I'm glad that Donovan isn't here.
Yeah, he would lose his shite.
Like, yeah, sorry, buddy.
But that was out of character. Anyway, Soggy looks around and says, Soggy thinks we need to go to Water Temple. Quick. And maybe Soggy needs to stay out of sunlight for a while.
I don't think so. I don't think we should argue, but we need to go to a Pelorian temple, and we need to enact divine right upon you to attempt to purify you. And remember, the biggest threat to all that is undead is Pelor. He is the ultimate
That is good,
cure.
but where does go for that?
To be honest, I am not entirely familiar with this land in this time. Do you know where we might be able to go, Noman?
I mean, there are temples to Pelor in Caledonia and Bretonia and New
Maybe like a
Eglia.
big one. Like a main branch. Noman?
I mean, I can't answer that question at Arrakis.
Well, like I said, you'd know that there are temples to Pelor in Caledonia and New Eglia.
Well, I mean, but are there any big ones in New Eglia?
Well, like not specifically to Palor because Nueglia worships gods in the new way, but Caldonia has the the Sun Dome, which is a massive temple to Palor.
So it means either chancing it by putzing around Nueglia, or definitely having the worst time of our life trudging it through Carpathia to get through Caldonia.
Plus, Caldonia is huge. Let's go back to that map so that you can see, like, you know.
Well, I see Caldonia. The map, I never closed that map.
Oh, okay.
But, like, once we're there, shit'll be good, right?
Well, I mean,
Get to a town, link up with a major road, have a nice carriage ride somewhere nice.
Hey, forgive me, I Craven, right? Craven would know like the fastest way to get there. Would he not?
Like, are you suggesting going through the mountains or something?
By air, of course.
Haha. So I will say then, I don't think I can fly for that long, nor do I think I can carry all of you.
I could turn into a giant eagle and strap a basket underneath me, and we can go. I don't think that'll work.
Soggy, Soggy could find stream, though Soggy does not know if Soggy can use stream to go faster.
as he says this, you guys see that his canines, although always sharp, are now elongated and he looks like a saber-toothed kobold.
Soggy seeing that everyone notices something, says, "What is wrong?"
Seeing that, up to this point, we have only been talking about it as if it was a fact, but seeing his fangs will cement it as all too real. And I will go and give with tears in my eyes, give Soggy a hug. Soggy, so it is true.
Soggy is sort of like very concerned at this point and says, "Though this can be fixed, yes?"
There are less violent means. One way I think we could fix it is if you were to die, I could resurrect you with, if the will of Paleo demands it, you will come back to normal. But I don't want to hurt you.
Soggy sort of looks at her sort of suspiciously and says, "Soggy feels like that is very painful way of fixing."
This would not be my first recommendation.
Soggy thinks that if Taylor cannot fix Soggy, maybe someone else can. As
Remember,
he sort of
Palor has sent me here not to destroy the Santos, but to restore him. He can be restored. You can, especially if you are willing. You need only to turn your heart to Palor.
Soggy sort of looks so curious at that fact and says, "But will Paylor will Paylor like Bunyip?"
Does it really matter? All things came to allow me to give you a important basis of the foundation of Pelorian worship. In the beginning, there was nothing but darkness, and the first sun came to be. This was a massive star, and when it was destroyed, over many, many years, its dust filled the cosmos. Everything that we see, everything, from other stars to other suns, this world, you, I, and everything else in existence, is made of the stardust of that first star. So is the water. All things are in existence because of it.
Soggy always thought it came from giant dragon.
Hey guys, I don't mean to cut out, but I had plans at 11. I'm already running really late.
Oh, yeah, no worries. We were pretty much gonna wrap up here anyway. So, as you guys are going to sleep, there's a strange look in Soggy's eyes as he watches you guys silently from the shadows. He doesn't sleep that night, but the hunger grows inside of him. If he feeds, he will become a full vampire. Will you guys be able to cure him before this happens? Or will Soggy become a creature of the night like Visanthus? We will find out on Heroes Wanted. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.
Good.